I'm from Bangladesh.
Bangladesh? And these
You,
two, Valley and the rest,
there are a lot, but
it's the
we can
big
we just can't pick.
platforms.
Yeah, there are a lot, but we just can't pick these two as these two is leading here in Bangladesh. So I just don't want to pick others because they are not well established.
Yes. Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, and there is someone else that is Hassan. I don't
Laushi,
know
what
if that
about
is
attendance?
correct. Hassan? Hassan just screen me okay, a picture of the
Yeah, a
platforms.
picture of Daraz.
Oh, that is the Daras. Daras.
Yeah.
Did you buy something in this platform?
No, she actually failed something. I didn't buy anything. I failed something on Daraz.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that the platforms for the companies or for the industries in your country to sell their products to some other country, maybe
Yeah,
just
actually,
like
you will be surprised to hear that the Daraz has some connection with Tawau, so they are like partner nowadays. Recently, they became partner. The Daraz and the Tawau from China, they become partner for recent times.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So their market policy and their system is almost same in as in China and in Bangladesh. So they both work. Their function is very similar.
Yeah. Okay, do you use Shopee? Okay, let me write here. Shopee. Okay, where can I write?
You can write on QQ group.
Okay. Okay, Shopee. Do you know these platforms?
Shopee?
SHOPE.
No,
No.
Australia. I don't know anything about it.
Oh, don't know that. But
No.
I just see something about these platforms. Said it is very popular in Southeast Asia, maybe in Thailand or maybe in Singapore or Malaysia. Not in your
Maybe.
country, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Maybe we can begin our class today.
No,
No, you haven't finished.
not yet.
You haven't finished the assignment before class.
Yes.
So, Professor, is there a specific book that we can use in this class or what? I don't really understand.
But I can saw, okay, some of you, okay, are very, how to see that, diligent, and come to the class on time. That is very good. Okay, in today's class, we will continue to learn some
Laushi, I
basic
send you my
sentences.
answer. Please.
You send me the answer?
Yes, Laushi. Please. Check. My ID 167. Last 3 digit.
Oh, the assignment is just sent in the QQ group. Anybody who are in the QQ group can see the assignment. But if you cannot open the file, That is okay. I just said there is so many problems for us to have this class online. But if you can open it and please give me the answer and submit it. But if you
Partially.
can't, that is okay.
I can give you a suggestion. Like for our other class, we use QQ live class, so there is no problem we face during the class. But I don't know why we cannot do this class in QQ. So if you wish, then you can take our class on QQ, because I find that QQ is most comfortable for everyone, and this one is also okay. I think you can share your skin here in this Tencent meeting. So I think this one and the QQ is really okay. I think no one have that problem to do class in this app and in QQ.
Okay, I think this Tencent meeting is more easy for us to communicate each other. So
Yeah,
if
I
you
also
think
think
QQ
so.
and Tencent meeting both okay, and I think maybe we will use the Tencent meeting. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me okay share the screen.
Please say.
Okay, you guys can see the slides. I
Yes,
shared it
Yes,
to
sure.
you. Yes. Okay, that's good.
outstanding.
Okay, does it become bigger?
It's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good. Okay, last class, I just talk about some basic concept of cross-border e-commerce, and we just talk about okay, what's wrong? We talk about the cross-border e-commerce operation, and we talk about the cross-border e-commerce platform. I cannot hear you. Are you still here? That's the
We are
internet.
listening.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yes,
I'm
Lakshmi,
just
continue.
I just thought the internet is broke. Okay, that's okay. And the third one is the cross-border e-commerce platform. So I just let you write the names of some famous e-commerce platform in the world or in your country. And I have some new knowledges because I don't know the Daros in your country. That is a big platforms in your country. And thank you guys to give me. And maybe some guys from other country, not Bangladeshi only, not Bangladesh. I think our students, you guys comes from a lot of different countries. And if you want to show me what's the biggest e-commerce platforms in your country, will be very good. That will be very good. Okay, this e-commerce platform is okay, just a stage. I said just a stage, and the different products can display on it, and the consumers will look at it and choose it and buy it. So this platform, the e-commerce platform, that is a very important factors in e-commerce. And if you want to sell your goods abroadly, and you should choose a good platform. Okay, this is the knowledge we have talked about last class. Okay, in today's class, we will begin from this one, and that is market positioning of cross-border e-commerce. Positioning. Okay. Do you guys can understand what is positioning? And maybe here that it's a verb. It is a verb. Market positioning, that is means we should find the correct position in the market. Okay, understand that? So
Right, yeah.
let me show you what is the concept about the marketing. Marketing. Marketing means to make the consumers to know your products and to accept your products. So that is the marketing, and we have a lot of things to do marketing. And marketing is a very important thing for the companies to do. Also in the cross-border e-commerce, and we should find a lot of ways to marketing our goods, our products. And there are two concepts about marketing. One is the market positioning. Market positioning. What is market positioning? Okay, you guys should know this explanation, and you can understand what is what we should do if we want to sell our goods to more and more people. So that is market positioning. Market positioning is the manipulation of a brand or family of brands. Okay, that means it is focused on the brand of the goods. So that means we should register a brand for our goods, for our products, that will be easy for us to marketing. So and to create a positive perception in the eyes of the public, create a positive perception in the eyes of the public. If a product is well positioned, it will have strong sales, and it may become the go-to brand for people who need that particular product. So that means if we want to sell some goods to the consumers, and we should do the market positioning and just find you want to sell your goods to what kind of consumers, about their maybe just like maybe you guys can continue to look at the second one. The second concept here, that is market segmentation. Market segmentation, that means we will divide the market into some different parts. And market positioning means you should find which parts is your how to say that is your target, is your target market. So that is the market segmentation. It means the dividing of all possible customers into groups based on their needs, their age, their education, their income, and so on. So we can use these different factors to divide the market, and each part of the market, and we can see that is a market segmentation. And market positioning, means, and we should find which part is our target market. So this is some concepts about marketing. So let's go back to, I haven't go back. It's this. So let's go back to here, and for the cross-border e-commerce, we have to do market positioning also. So market positioning of cross-border e-commerce refers to create distinctive products for buyers. We should create distinctive products. That means your product should have some features, some distinctions. And we should, according their position in the market segmentation and the overseas buyers' attention to some attributes of certain products. Therefore, product differentiation is the fundamental strategy of market positioning. That is means the difference we should make the customers different from each other, and they will have their special performance for your products. So that will make your goods have a good sale. Okay, this is the another basic concept of cross-border e-commerce. Okay, let's continue to this one. That is cross-border e-commerce payment. Cross-border e-commerce payment. Payment, I think that is very easy. That is very easy because we just talk about the e-commerce. That is means the payment, we should finish it online. We should finish the payment online. So let me look at what is the cross-border payment. Cross-border payment refers to the process of realizing the capital conversion between two countries or regions. Realize the capital conversion between two countries or regions through certain settlement tools and payment system on the network platform, and finally completing the transaction. So that means payment is very important. It's very, very important. If just only a customer, put your products into his cart, but he don't pay for it, but he don't finish the payment, and the transaction is not complete. It's not complete. So the payment is very important. That is means it will finally completing the transaction. But if we want to payment online, we should use some settlement tools. Okay, look at here this phrase, settlement tools. If we just buy some products offline, and we should pay it by cash. Pay it by cash. But if we payment online, we cannot pay it by cash. So we should use something else as the settlement tools. This is the settlement tools. And also we should use, what's the problem?
I have a question. Yeah. Can you give the example of these settlement tools you are talking about?
Settlement tools, just like maybe checks.
What?
Check.
Alipay,
Oh.
Checks. Or maybe in international trade, what's wrong? In international trade, there will be something just like the credit.
MasterCard or Visa card.
Credit. And also, if the consumer is a business, it's just only individual, it is a business, and the settlement tools will be draft. Do you know draft?
Yeah, Laoshi.
Yeah, draft is a settlement
kind of
tool.
payment.
It's a kind of settlement tool, and checks is another settlement tool. But if we payment online and all this, just the check or the draft or the letter of credit, that will be electronic. Electronic checks, electronic draft, and electronic letter of credit. and they will be transferred online. Yeah. So this is the settlement tools, and we also need some payment system. We also need some payment system. That is built by the network platform. That is some platform for payment. We just talk about just like Taobao, just like Amazon, just like Daros, you just told me. That is the platform for e-commerce, And maybe just like PayPal. I remember somebody said that last class, just like the PayPal, or just like maybe in China that it's Alipay, that is 支付宝. Maybe you guys know that. That is the platform, platform of payment. That is platform of payment. So maybe you guys can understand, if we want to do the cross-border e-commerce, and we need the products, and we also need some settlement tools, or maybe payment tools and payment platforms. That means a cross-border e-commerce is a huge business. It is a huge business, and many companies and many people can make money from it. So that is a huge business.
Yes.
Yes. What do you want to see? Another example? Yes, please. Oh, you mean you have a live example, or just want a live example? Just like on AliExpress. Do you know AliExpress?
Yes, Laoshi.
Yeah, AliExpress, that is cross-border e-commerce in China. It is very big and it is very famous. And if the sellers on AliExpress will, a lot of them will have their money from the consumer by the credit card, and they will use international Alipay. That is
in China, things are pretty easy, Laoshi.
In China, you mean what?
Things are pretty easy.
This is pretty easy.
I mean, things are pretty easy.
Oh, yeah.
Rather than our country.
But maybe, in some other country, maybe in your country, I don't know. Are you do you usually use the payment online?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. But maybe you will find it is more popular in China than in some other countries.
Yeah.
We have Alipay, and we have WeChat wallet, and usually we will use these two settlement tools. Maybe that is a tools. That is a platform. Also, that is a platform to make the payment online. So this is another important thing about cross-border e-commerce. Continue to next one. That is cross-border logistics. And this is another important trend about the cross-border e-commerce. Because we have said cross-border e-commerce, or maybe just the e-commerce, and there have the material transfer, and there will be the money transfer, and there will be the information transfer. Maybe the information and the money and the capital will transfer online easily, but the materials cannot transfer online. We have to use the logistics offline. So let me look at here. Cross-border logistics refers to logistics service between two or more countries, which is a form of logistics service development to advanced stage, because the logistics service supplied
ভাঙতেছে
by parts in different
হ্যাঁ
countries.
20 টাকা
আমার কাছে আছে রে, আসো।
Bhai,
এই
shut
বিনোদন।
down your speaker. Bhai, shut down your speaker. How many times we should say this?
How many times?
No, I just told that boy that make it
Oh, you
on
just
their
talk
speaker.
to somebody else?
Yeah. I just told him to shut
Okay.
his speaker off.
Yeah. So okay, maybe you guys should pay attention this red one sentence. The logistics link can't realize online. They have to use the services offline. This is the cross-border logistics, and all of this, okay, just like the payment or the platforms and the logistics, and we will talking about later, and that is the main content in our course, in this course. So because this is the chapter 1 and section 1, we just give you some basic concept of cross-border e-commerce, and we will learn it later and more clearly and more confidently. Okay, so this is the last one of our section 1. Now let's go ahead to section 2. Section 2, we will talk about the types of cross-border e-commerce. Types, that is means we have different mode, maybe that is a different mode of cross-border e-commerce. But if we use different, we use different standard, maybe we can see this word, different standard, we have different types of cross-border e-commerce. Okay, let me see it one by one. Please look at the first one. The first one, that is the classification according to the trading objects. The trading objects. Trading objects means who are trading on the platform. The parties on the cross-border e-commerce. Because you guys know, all of us know that if we want to make a transaction, and there will be at least 2 parties. There will at least 2 parties. Maybe sometimes there will be 3, 4 or more parties, but at least there will be 2 parties. One is seller, the other is buyer. So that is the most easy one. So, and we will divide the cross-border e-commerce into different types according to the parties involved in the business. That is means who is the seller, who is the buyer. Okay, so according to the different transaction objects, e-commerce can be divided into B2C, B2B, B2A, or some other types. Maybe you guys have heard it before. B2C,
Yeah,
B2B. That is very easy. I think that is very how to say, familiar with you. The capital letter B means business, and the capital letter B means business, and the capital letter C is consumer. But maybe you guys have saw here B2A. B2A. What is capital letter A represent? This A means administration. This A means administration. So B2A means electronic commerce between business and administration. So maybe this one is new for you. Maybe somebody have heard it before, but maybe somebody haven't heard it before. And this one, B2C, that is the business institution and consumer. Business institution is the seller, and the individual, the consumer, is the buyer. For example, manufacturers directly face foreign consumers. Consumers, we can call that end users. End users, that means they will consume these products. They will not sell it to somebody else. So this is the B2C. And B2B means the seller and the buyer are also business organization, a business institution. So e-commerce between business organizations, that is B2B. And most of them occur in bulk transaction. Bulk transaction means the amount of the transaction is big. Yeah, they will buy not only one or two pieces of the goods. They will buy maybe 100, maybe 1,000 pieces of these goods. So that is a bulk transaction. Usually, the bulk transaction will be the B2B. So this is the B2B and B2C, B2A. The third one. Remember, A means administration. Administration. Maybe some guys will think that it's the government. Okay, maybe someone heard it before. That is B2G. Yeah, B2G. G means, the capital letter G means government. Business to government. Okay, it covers the various matters between enterprises and government department, such as customer operation, e-taxation, online government procurement, something like that. So this is the B2A. And okay, there is another two. I just write below here. M2C. Do you guys heard it before? Hello, are you guys here?
She haven't heard before.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yes, Lamsi, we can hear you.
Have you heard M2C? Do you know what it means? M2C or C2C? Or maybe
No, Laushi.
maybe
I don't know.
uh,
Empty, so I know, Laushi.
C means consumer.
Yeah.
C means consumer. Yeah. But M
A
means what?
Manufacturer.
Yeah, manufacturer. So M2C, that is
Manufacturer to
also,
consumer.
we can call that is B2C. Yeah, B2C. But it is a a different. It is a small difference between them. There are small difference between them. B2C means the seller is is a company, and this company that don't produce the goods themselves. It is commercial company. They will buy the products from the manufacturer and then sell it online. So this is a business company or a commercial company. But manufacturer means they will have their own industry, they will have their own factories, and they will produce these products themselves. So this is the manufacturer. This is the manufacturer. So sometimes we will see these types of cross-border e-commerce is M2C. That is means the seller is a manufacturer. The seller is a factory. Okay. So this is the M2C. And there is another types of the cross-border e-commerce, C2C. Maybe you will saw it in some other book. C2C.
Yeah.
C is consumer, C is consumer.
Yeah.
C2C means the seller is individual and the buyer is individual. So that is means if you, just you guys, if you want to sell something online and you don't have your own company, you haven't register your own company. So now you want to sell something online and you are C, the first C, you are the first C, and maybe I will buy the goods. You display on the online, so I am the second C. I am the second C. So the business, the transaction between you and me is C2C. Is C2C. C2C is the earliest stage of the cross-border e-commerce. Do you know eBay? eBay, this a very famous cross-border e-commerce platform. eBay. Yes, it is in America. It is in America, and it is at the early stage of the eBay. It is mainly C2C types of e-commerce. And that is means the seller is an individual and the buyer is another individual, and the transaction is between individual and individual. So this is the C2C. And maybe sometimes you will see another one that is F2C. F, capital letter F, F2C. Okay, F2C, maybe that is means factory, factory to consumer, factory to consumer. It is like M2C. It is like M2C. So this is the first one. Okay. M2C and F2C, there is no difference because because somebody will use manufacturer, and maybe some other people want to use factory. They have no difference. That is means the seller will produce the products themselves. Okay. That is another another name of M2C. That is sometimes maybe in some books you will see that it's F2C. That is the same as M2C. Okay, this is the first one. And okay, let's look at the second one. And we can use another standard to classify the cross-border e-commerce. That is classification by related goods. related goods. And the first one we just classified by the objects. The objects, that is the parties, transaction, have the transaction. So, and the second one we use the related goods. Related goods. Okay, let's go ahead to have a look. And we can divide it, the cross-border e-commerce, into two types. One is indirect. Indirect trade-off, tangible products, and direct trade of intangible products. That is, one is indirect, then the other is direct. Why we said this is indirect and why we said this direct? Because the related goods, that is, one is tangible and the other is intangible. Tangible and intangible means if they have the physical form, yes. So I just give the explanation about tangible and intangible. Tangible, that is, means physical goods and related services. The related services means the after-sale services. Maybe you buy electronic appliance, and that is a little bit complicated to operate it. So the seller will supply you some related service. So that is the physical and related services, that is tangible. But on the other hand, intangible means soft goods. Maybe they don't have the physical form. It is means various services. Just like, okay, I teach online and there is no physical things, but I just, I just maybe supply. We can see we supply our service to you guys. You pay the tuition for this service. So that is the intangible. But you guys should remember, for tangible products, the cross-border e-commerce is indirect. And for intangible products, the cross-border e-commerce is direct. Why we say this indirect? Why we say this is indirect? Because some physical goods, these physical goods have to use the logistics offline, and the buyer can have it, can get it. They cannot get it online. They cannot get the physical goods online. They have to go to offline and use the plane, use the train, use the vessel, and to transfer to another country, and the buyer can get it. So we call this is indirect cross-border e-commerce. And intangible goods, we can transfer it online. So that is the direct cross-border e-commerce. And maybe that is easy confused you. So you should remember it clearly. Tangible is indirect. Intangible, that is direct.
Like service.
Mm-hmm. So, let's go ahead to section 3. Section 3. Would you like to have a break? It's all.
Yes, Loshi.
Okay, yes. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Let me give you some music.
Yeah, Laoshi, okay.
In the second class, I just wanted to share you some information about how e-commerce, how cross-border e-commerce developed in China. But I think maybe you guys know something about that. Because China is a big country, and we have a very developed industry, especially produce the products for consumers, for their lives, for our lives maybe. So China has there are a huge amount of kinds of products sell all over the world. Because of the e-commerce developing very rapidly, so the cross-border e-commerce also developed very rapidly in China. A lot of people many people make a lot of money in China by cross-border e-commerce, by do some cross-border e-commerce. So maybe you guys, if you are interested in that, and you can find some products that can be sold well in your country, maybe you guys can make a lot of money, I think. So, okay, guys, maybe next class, I will continue to listen to the music. And now let's go back to our class. Chapter 1, Section 3. Section 3 is the last section. Maybe it's not the last section in the chapter 1. I will use some time to maybe 20 minutes to finish all of this, and I will give you some time to do some exercise. Okay, let's look at the first question for section 3. The title of the section 3 is the role and advantage of cross-border e-commerce in international trade. That is means with the developing of the electric technology and with the changing of the idea of consumers and the cross-border, the e-commerce has rapidly development all over the world in a lot of countries, especially in China and in America, or maybe in Southeast Asia, or maybe in Russia, and maybe in South America, a lot of countries, and the e-commerce developed very rapidly. But if the e-commerce, the parties for e-commerce, they are in different countries or in different regions, and e-commerce will become cross-border e-commerce. So that means cross-border e-commerce is advanced type of the e-commerce. But if it is a cross-border e-commerce, that means it is a foreign trade, international trade. It is an international trade, but also it is different from the traditional international trade. There are a lot of difference. So let me see the role of cross-border e-commerce in international trade. And we have 4 points. There are 4 points for you to understand. The first one, that is looking for trading partners. That is the difference one, maybe the difference one, looking for trading partners. If we use the cross-border commerce, it can save a lot of manpower and material resources, and it is not limited by time and place. And we have talked about before last class. We said e-commerce, it is continuity. There is no limit of the time. Maybe now in South America, it is okay, only 6 o'clock. It is very early in the morning, but it's not, doesn't matter if you just want to buy something online. And the stores online is always open. It's always open. There is no time to close. So this is the first one. If we want to find some trading partners, if we want to find clients, if we want to find consumers, and there is no limit by time and place. Even if you just in some other country, and you still can find a lot of Chinese products online on the cross-border e-commerce platform. Okay, the second one, that is about conduct transaction negotiation. Negotiation, do you know what it means? Negotiation? Negotiation means to bargain each other. So the buyers and the sellers talk something about the price, about the packaging, about the quality of the goods, about the services of the goods. That is negotiation. And if we use e-commerce, and the transaction negotiation can transcend the face-to-face restrictions, and it is a convenient way to communicate in different places. And with no need to sit together one face-to-face, and we can negotiate online, use the internet. We don't have the, maybe it is also don't have the limited by place. Maybe there is some limited of time, but there is no limited in place. Yeah. Okay, the third one, that is means electronic signing and online payment.
The question, can you?
Another advantages of cross-border e-commerce, except these four. Can you give me some more advantages of
Can hear
cross-border
you.
e-commerce?
Hello, teacher. Can you hear me? I have a question. I just joined in a class.
You just joined the class now?
Just now, yeah. Just now I
Congratulations.
downloaded this app and just now joined in a class. So I have a question is that have you given us any new assignment or did you take the attendance?
I have put the assignment before class assignment in QQ group, and you should finish it. If you finish it, that is means you come to the class. Okay, that is the attendance.
I have finished it, and that's a class assignment. So did you give any new assignment? Oh no.
জিবি আসছে জিবি আসছে ভাই
Let's go back to our class.
Okay, let's continue, teacher.
মাইক্রোফোন মিউট করো
ভাই
Do you guys, okay, listen to me. Listen to me. Do you guys can give me some other advantages of cross-border e-commerce in international trade? There is 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh man. মুনতাসির ভাই ইয়াকে স্পিকারটা অফ করো। মিউট ইওর মাইক্রোফোন ম্যান।
মুনতাসির আর তানভীর মাইক্রোফোনটা অফ করো ভাই, মাইক্রোফোনটা অফ করো।
একটু কোন ছেলে ফেলে চলে আসছে ভাই, বুঝি না।
Okay.
Hi guys. I just turn off your microphone, and if you want to talk to me, please turn on it. So, answer the questions. Answer the questions I give it to you. Any other advantages of cross-border e-commerce except this 1, 2, 3, 4? Okay, let me look at it one by one. The one is it can significantly reduce the cost, and trade will become more efficient. And number 2, that is reduce the error rate. And number 3, reducing trade barriers and expanding trade opportunities. Number 4, reducing reliance on physical infrastructure. This is the 4 advantages of cross-border e-commerce. Do you guys think any more about this?
Yeah, teacher, of course, there are some more advantages here. There are only 4 advantages we can see here.
4 advantages? Any other more?
Yeah.
Any more?
There should be more, yeah, there should be more advantages here about the cross-border e-commerce. Like you can say that it's expand the market, and the customer always get their product in more cheaper price just for the cross-border e-commerce.
Yes, that's very good. That's very good. And because the lower cost, and the customer will get some more cheaper products, and they will have a lot of choice. Will be much easier for the consumer to compare the products. Yeah.
Yeah, and one more thing is that
Yes, that's very good.
For the cross-border e-commerce, and some neighboring countries always get the product without tariff, and they can overcome the tariff barrier here. That can be one more advantages here.
Yes.
Like tariff less.
Maybe in the slides we just talk about the advantages. Standing the role of seller, and also we can stand the role of the buyer to explain there are more advantages of cross-border e-commerce. So that is very good. So let's go ahead to here. I just sent these questions here. Do you think there is any more advantages in the situation of Sanglan public health event, just like this year? The coronavirus.
Canton Fair.
Yeah, and the trade between countries can continue. Yeah, can continue because we just complete the transaction online. So the Sound Public Health event don't stop the business, don't stop the trade between countries. That is wonderful. Yeah, that is wonderful.
Great.
So, and I just want to show you another. And another thing about international trade, that is the Canton Fair. Canton Fair, do you guys know that?
Of course, it's the famous
Canton
around the
Fair?
globe. Yeah.
That is very famous. International trade exhibition. It is a very famous trade exhibition in China, and
Not only for the world.
to sell a lot of Chinese products all over the world. It is held in Guangdong province. Yeah, Guangdong province each year. there are twice on spring, on water. There will be twice each year. That is very famous and it is very big. There will be a lot of consumers, a lot of companies from all over the world to come to China to make business with the Chinese companies. That is Canton Fair. And this year's Canton Fair took the form of an online trade fair because we cannot let a lot of foreigners come to China. And I'm so sorry about that because you guys cannot come to China to have the class. But I think this is necessary. Yeah, this is necessary. Maybe next year, and the situation will become better, and you may come back to China, and we can have the class in the classroom. So I hope that they will become earlier. So just like the Canton Fair and today's Canton Fair, this year's Canton Fair took the form of online trade fair and set up a special area for a cross-border e-commerce. So that means the cross-border e-commerce is a very, very important mode for the international trade, And maybe some of you, I think you can, yes, you can do cross-border e-commerce in your country.
Can do business.
That will be a good business. That will be a good career.
Hello, teacher.
Is the class is going on
What do you
or
want to
discussion
see?
is going on?
I want to say that
I want
is
to
there
say
any,
that if the class is going on, okay, you carry on. You say first.
I wanted to ask you that is there any disadvantage of it? I'm not sure whether you showed it or not because just now I joined in a class. Did you show any disadvantage of the cross-border e-commerce? Can you hear me?
What?
Is there any disadvantages of cross-border e-commerce?
Disadvantages?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you answer any answer this question? Is there any disadvantages about cross-border e-commerce?
Yeah, I think it will take.
It's a very good question.
Suppose I order something from Bangladesh and I order it in China. Then the factory is in China and I order it from Bangladesh. So it will take more time to come here in Bangladesh. So it is very time-wasting process. I believe it can be very time-wasting process.
That's not belongs to e-commerce, cross-border e-commerce.
Then that belongs to
There
what?
is e-commerce will save time.
There are many
Sometimes
frauds.
that is a waste of time.
Yeah, waste of time because you know, teacher, if I need a product after 2 days and I order right now from China, then it will take maybe 15 days or 10 days more than this. So I will not be able to get the things in time. So that may cost my money, that may cost my time. That could be the
Yes.
disadvantages.
Yes,
And if
this is
someone
the disadvantages.
if someone think that this is not related with e-commerce system, then he can say me that what is the disadvantages of e-commerce and what is the related with disadvantages of e-commerce site. They can show me.
Mm-hmm. And there is another disadvantages about e-commerce. That is, the consumers cannot see the real products. They just see the pictures. Maybe the quality of the goods is not very certified, or it is said online. So this is another disadvantage. That means there is some risks. There is some risks for the consumer, and also there is some risks for the seller.
5 মিনিট আমি ওই আমার ইয়ার বেতন
So maybe we can okay assign these questions for you guys to think it and finish it after the class. I think that is a very good question.
What is the question? What is the question?
For one thing, if we just know the advantage is not enough, and I think if we know what's the disadvantage, and we will try to find some ways to
So this is Lofi. So
to improve
this is the
it.
assignment.
You
this is the assignment
discussed
for us.
about disadvantages in the previous class.
Hello teacher, if there is an assignment, then you can mention it in a group and we all submit it through your email.
Yes, I will mention in the group. I will mention in the group.
Yes,
But I
please
will
send
send
it in
the
KQ.
assignment in the group and mention it and add you all.
Teacher, I'm speaking, I'm representing here all of my classmates, and I don't think right now any of my classmates are in a class now, because all of them facing some.
David, I remember you just said you cannot join the live class.
I can.
But you can, and you are so okay. Cooperate and very happy.
All right.
Laushi.
So I'm representing all of them, so I'm just requesting you that just mention it in a group and also mention your email address, and so that we can all submit the homework through your email address. That's it.
Yes, please
okay,
make
I
sure
will do
that
that.
you put in KQ.
Okay. That's right. Time is up. So,
Yes, you said the last
yeah.
2 minutes. The last okay. The development status of cross borders in China, and there are some graphs and tables for you to look. Maybe this table is Chinese. Maybe you can understand it, but this is the name of some countries. That's right. And this is the rank. This is the rank. The first one, the second one, the third one, the rank, and the ranking of global digital consumer is the number 1 to number 50. The first one is China, and the fifth one is that is Arab United Kingdom.
United Arab Emirates, teacher. Yeah.
Arab United Kingdom. And the first one is China. The index is .816. 816, that is means I don't know how to calculate this index, but I just think that it means maybe 10 maybe 8 of 10 persons, and they will accept the online shopping. And so that is China. And the second one, that is Korea. And the third one, that is England. The first one is Singapore, and the fifth one is United States. And okay, let's go ahead to look at if I can find 25. There's a 25th, that is Indonesia. And that is 35. 35th, that is Russia. And Vinant, that is 37. And okay, there is no the countries of Bangladesh and Pakistan.
It's okay, teacher.
You don't see the top 50.
It's
So
okay.
this is the first graph. And the second graph, that is the total amount of the transaction, the total amount of the transaction of cross-border e-commerce in China. And we can look at this these graphs here. That is means different years in different years, and we can find the total amount of the transaction is increased.
Yeah.
Increased.
All right, teacher. Excuse me, teacher. Time is up. We have to go.
Yeah,
We have one
time
more
is up.
Oh yes, another next class.
Yes, Lassie.
Oh
All right.
yes,
Yeah.
I know that. I know that.
So, teacher, do not forget to.
I will give the assignment after class assignment to the QQ group. Please,
And
okay, check it.
mention
I'll finish it.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
So, okay, that's all of today. That's all of today. Thank you, guys.
Okay.
See you next time.